Hello, my name is Sushain Kaul, and today we'll be discussing about Power BI. Power BI is a new technology, so I'll be covering some questions which will clear all of your doubts regarding Power BI. So let's start. First of all, the very basic question is, what is a Power BI? Power BI is a data analytics or business intelligence tool which allows us to create visuals based on the data which is loaded into the application. For example, I'll give you I'll explain you this definition in more practical way. For example, there is a restaurant owner. He uh, um, he has been working for last 6 7 years, and now he wants to see what is the trend of his restaurant, or there is any company who wants to see the trend of his last 3 to 4 years, and they have the data. So all they can do is use this Power BI desktop application, and they can load that data into this application and convert those data into the visuals. And based on the visuals, they can have a look of what is the trend of their company or restaurant, how it's going to last in the upcoming years. So this is how a Power BI application is generally used. Next is benefits of using Power BI. So I'll tell you some benefits, like we can create beautiful, personalized, and highly interactive dashboards. Next is no memory. There is no like it doesn't occupy much of your space in system. Second, third one is we can publish those reports very securely. Like we don't need any third party application. We can just simply publish our reports using this Power BI desktop, and it will get published into the Power BI service or cloud. uh, these were some of the advantages. Next cover the next question. Is it platform independent? The question that comes into our mind is it platform dependent or platform independent, and why so? It's first of all, it's platform independent, and the reason for being platform independent is it doesn't require any coding language. All we need to do is just we need to have the basic skills of Excel. That's it. So yeah, and plus it's provided by Microsoft, so no there's no dependency of platform in when it comes to Power BI. So the next question that comes to our mind is, what are the components of Power BI? I'll tell you, there are 6 components of Power BI. First is Power Query, second one is Power View, third one is Power Pivot, fourth one is Power Map, fifth one is Power Q&A, sixth one is Power BI Desktop. I'll be covering each one of them. In Power Query, whenever we load the data, we we want to make it pure. The data we load generally is not pure. Suppose there are so many null values, so we need to first convert it into purest form of data, and then we can start working with it. That is where the Power Query comes into picture. So it helps us to clean the data and get the pure data. Next is Power View. Power View is a technique which allows us to fetch the data, and it's a part of Power BI desktop, uh, which allows us to fetch the data and create visuals based on the data. Next is Power Pivot. Power Pivot is a section in Power BI desktop which allows us to create relationship between tables. Next is Power Map. Power Map is uh, is a technique to show locations in the form of 3D visual. So what comes next is Power Q&A. Q&A, you can generally say that like how we interact in our day-to-day life, like what are you doing, what is the status of your company, how well it's going to be in the upcoming years, how well it was in the last few years. So we can ask this type of question in Power BI, and it will generate the visual as per the question being asked. uh, Next is Power BI Desktop, which is the last one. Power BI Desktop, it is the application provided by Microsoft where we can uh, dump our data and create the visuals. Next question that comes to our mind is, what are the various refresh options available in Power BI? Uh, First is manual. There are three types of refresh options available. First is manual, second is dynamic or automatic, third one is incremental. I'll start explaining with first one. First is manual. Manual means refresh whenever we forcibly want to refresh any data. For example, I have there is a data already in Power BI desktop, and now I want to change it. I want to update it so that the the new data which has been added also gets combined with the previous data. So this is where we call as forceful or manual refresh. Second one is automatic. We set a timer for the refresh, and it will automatically update the Power BI desktop application, and accordingly, whatever the new data has been loaded into Power BI desktop application will get stored, will get combined over there. Uh, the last one is incremental. Incremental refresh generally covers, suppose we don't want to cover, we don't want to refresh entire data because sometimes the data is so much huge that it takes a lot of time to refresh. So suppose we want to refresh only specific columns or specific uh, data set. That is where incremental refresh comes. We just need to change the setting and just uncheck the refresh options for columns whichever I are selected. Suppose I have unchecked A, B, and D. These three will not get refresh. Only the C will get refresh because I have not unchecked that refresh option for C column. So yeah, these were the three refresh options. Next is uh, different connectivity modes. There are three different connectivity modes. First is import, second one is direct query, and third one is live connection. In import, we import the data into Power BI desktop application, and in direct query, suppose the data is there in the database, we don't need to dump it into the Power BI desktop application. We just need to interact with it, with the data which is stored over there, or either in the cloud or in this database, anywhere. We just need to interact uh, from there itself. And the only difference between live connection is also somewhat same as of direct query, but the only difference between live connection and direct query is live connection handle a lot of data, like there is no size limit to that, and whereas in direct query only less than 1 GB will work more smoothly. If the data is more than 1 GB, then the Power BI desktop will perform very slow and the performance might get dropped. Yeah. So what is the next question that comes into our mind is, uh, what is the mechanism of Power BI? So I'll say it in three words. The mechanism of Power BI is ETL. So E stands for extract, T stands for transform, L stands for load. I'll explain it more deeply. In in E, what E stands for is extract. So extract means wherever the data is, suppose whether it is in SQL server or is it's in a PDF file or it's in Excel file, we fetch it from there and dump it into the Power BI desktop. This is the process of extract. Next comes transform. So in transform, as I said, Power Query. So this is where the Power Query comes into picture. Transform, we generally clean the data, or so that whatever null values or impure data is there, impure data is present over there, we remove that and then finally load it into the Power BI desktop application. And the last step is load. Once everything is pure, like all the impure data has been removed, we dump it into the actual Power BI desktop. So this is the mechanism of Power BI. So next is filters. What are filters, and how many types of filters are there in Power BI? Filters are generally, suppose, are like a number. They are like a number. For example, I have selected variable value A, and based on this value, whatever visuals are there in the Power BI, everything will get affected. So this is what filter is. Based on one variable or one value, all the visuals will get affected on based on the selection of one value by the user. So how many types of filters are there? There are three types of filters. One is visual level, second one is report level, third one is page level. First is visual. So visual level filter means only suppose I have applied a filter to one visual. That suppose there is one report page, one page of report, and it has 5 to 6 visuals, and I have applied visual to filter to only one visual. So only that particular visual will get affected. Rest will remain unaffected. This is what is known as visual level filter. Second one is page level filter. Page level filter means same example. Suppose there are six visuals in one report or one page of report. If I apply page level filter, all the visuals will get affected within that page, only single page. Whereas in the last one, report level filter, suppose there are 5 to 6 pages in the report, and all these pages have 2 to 3 visuals as their subparts. All the visuals of all the pages within that single report will get affected using report level filter. So one last question that I'll be covering right now is custom visuals. We have generally we have visuals provided by Microsoft in the Power BI desktop application, but sometimes we require visuals that are not part of there. So this is what custom visual is. The visuals which are not part of our Power BI desktop application provided by Microsoft, those are known as custom visuals. And what are the types of visuals we already have in our as a predefined part in Power BI desktop application provided by Microsoft are stacked bar charts. Some of them are stacked bar chart, column bar chart, donut, pie chart, table, matrix, Q&A. These are some of the or key influencers are also there. Card is also there. These are some of the visuals we have in our Power BI desktop application, which is provided by Microsoft as a default visual. So thank you.